Dave here with Nerdarchy, for nerds by nerds, hanging out with my friend Ted, the other nerdarchist.
Yeah, we checked out a game called Paranoia RPG, and it's really different from anything that we've done previously. It's, as opposed to it being a superhero game or a standard, let's play a fantasy adventure, style D&D-esque thing. I was first informed, it's a post-apocalyptic thing, and well, it's not really what I would describe as post-apocalyptic, because you've got people that are working together, and you've got communities, and you've got, no one's running in fear for their life or trying to find a way to survive.
No mutants or Badlands or, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome style stuff.
There was mutants, and but it's like, you have the ability to, you have a possibility of having a mutant power. You could, maybe have some telekinesis or some corrosion or, a couple of, well, there's a few options that I saw, but it's not like they're all over the place. They're rampant. It's an accidental thing that happens during the cloning process.
Okay.
It was really interesting.
Wait a minute, cloning process.
Yeah, it's really interesting with the setting is they no longer allow people to reproduce by standard means. People are created clones, and you get
Wasn't there a Woody Allen movie like that where it's set in the future, and they would just go into these pods, but they would never actually touch, and that's how they would have sex?
If there was,
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, I think.
I never saw it, but in this one, you're genetically created clones, and you, at least for us, you start off with 6. Now I don't know what the standards are. When we showed up, the GM was like, "All right, here's your list of rules," and first one was the GM's always right. Number one, number 2 was you don't need to know the rules. That's part of the game. So it's like if you don't know the lingo and you don't know something or whatever else, you just have to fake it and get by. And it was just it was vastly different than everything else that we had done. So initially he starts going through this whole list of stuff and talks about we're in the future, and there's all these parameters, and you need to have a clearance level in order to do X, Y, or Z, and it's based on the rainbow spectrum. At the bottom for regular players, you start off at red, but you've got the people who are below that, which are basically your sanitation people, your people who clean up this and that and whatnot, are infrared. So they can only do, what the bare bones can do. And of course, the higher your clearance level, the more areas you get to and whatever else. But it's much more structured than that. So like, as a clearance level red, you wear red clothes, you eat red food, you drink red drinks, and if you do things that are not, like, right, you eat or drink something or wear something that's not your color, or below your color, that's a treasonous act. Now,
well, that sounds kind of serious. What happens if you commit a treasonous act?
It depends upon whether you get caught or not. The overarching ruler or society is friend computer. Now, friend computer, as the name sounds, he wants to be everybody's friends, and he wants everybody to be nice and get along. But it's almost impossible to exist in this society without committing treason. So, as a player in this setting, you have to either be really secretive or subversive with what you're doing, and to gloss over what you're doing, you have to point the fingers at other players. So when it was first sold to me, as the campaign's getting started, it's a PvP, and I'm not a big PvP guy. I'm big on cooperative. As you know, when we're playing the games, I'm the good guy. I don't like playing the bad guy. You know, it's just not as much fun for me. So I'm like, I don't want to do PvP. But as we get into playing, it's more like a cooperative betrayal because the group has got a mission that you have to get done. Otherwise, you're all in trouble.
Right, you've all committed treason.
But at the same time, you've all got some kind of secretive goal that you've got to do. You're probably going to commit, one or more acts of treason just by existing. I think out of the 4 players, at least 3 of us were mutants, which that's just treasonous right there. You're not supposed to use mutant powers and whatnot, which I never did. I was a registered mutant from early on, but it got played off because I was a new clone. So I was like, okay, well I just won't use it. But I had to wear this big old sign on my shirt, that said I was a registered mutant, warning. and the DM totally had little signs, and we had to tape stuff to our chest. Well,
that part sounds like a lot of fun.
So it was very, very comical and very amusing. The cross between serious and comical throughout the whole thing. The GM did a really wonderful job, in my opinion.
Okay, so that's kind of like the fluff and the backstory and on how the game works, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, that's it for today. Like, comment, subscribe.
And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.